everybody. Welcome back. So, today I want to talk about semantics and self trust. And what do I mean with this? I'm going to give you a quick example. Neville Goddard and Joseph Murphy both were taught by the same mentor, which was Abdullah. And yet, Joseph Murphy and Neville Goddard have two very different ways of speaking and teaching. But ultimately, they're both talking about the same thing, right? It's no different today. Today, we are looking at all of these coaches. We are reading all of these different books, and everybody is only sharing from their particular experience. The key here is for you to understand the overall message, which is that you are ultimately the only authority in your life. You are the only power. Whether you want to see yourself as I am, total awareness, whether you want to see yourself as I am the 4D mind, consciousness, it's semantics, guys. There's people who say identity, there's people who say frequency. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's ultimately the same thing. And how does it affect you? It affects you when you deviate from self to starting to try and do things the way other people do it. And therefore, you don't stay true to what's authentically you. I think that everybody has their own rhythm of manifestation, and that's what this is all about. It's about learning about self and learning what works best for us as individuals. So, a quick example that I have for you guys as well is there are people who tell you don't affirm in the future tense. You're going to keep it away from you. You're implying that you don't have it, or you're seeing it in the distant future, therefore you're not going to materialize it. But guys, here's the thing. When you are manifesting really bad crap in your life, at least for me, and I'm always going to share my experience and what's always helped me, that is never going to change, because this is my experience and it is up to you to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. For me, it's very liberating for me to say that I can affirm in the future tense, and I can affirm in the present tense. I can even affirm in the past tense, and then it's called revision, right? But if you understand that in your total consciousness, in your 4D mind, past and future don't exist. Everything exists in the now and present moment. So when I'm thinking of something that might happen in the future, I'm bringing it to my present moment over and over and over again, and therefore it must externalize in my life. From my experience, I would never in my right mind say, my SP is cheating on me right now. My SP is leaving me right now. My SP is telling me, I don't like you, I hate your guts, X, Y, and Z. I would never in my right mind say, right now, I don't have enough to pay the bills. That is all fear. And it was my fear that led me to believe in these potential outcomes. And because I kept focusing on these potential outcomes, what happened? I brought it to my now moment and it externalized. So it's semantics, guys. If you want to affirm in the now, if you want to affirm in the future, or you want to say, this breakup never happened, we've always been together, either way, from any of those three positions that you put yourself in, you're always ultimately going to bring it into your now moment, because now is the only thing that exists in mind. Your 4D mind, your total consciousness, everything that you are in here doesn't understand time. It doesn't need time. It doesn't identify with the past, and it doesn't fear or predict the future. It only translates everything to the now moment. It is like a conversion calculator. If you have a calculator that is set to only kilos, it doesn't matter how many pounds you put on there, it will always give you kilos, right? That's how the 4D mind works, or at least that's how I've illustrated it for myself and how I've been able to understand it in a better way. So you always need to view people and what they're saying and take the overall message, but not apply it as a rule for you or make it a limitation for yourself. I've talked about when you're missing an SP. If you're missing an SP, to me, it doesn't mean I don't have the SP. To me, it's just, hey, it's a very human emotion. I'm going to miss my SP whether I'm with him or not, just like I miss my daughter when she goes on vacation or not. To me, it doesn't imply a limitation because nobody can tell me what my implications are. Like, who is telling me that I'm implying this and this and this? Only myself. Only I know what I'm implying. Only I know what I mean when I say certain things. There are people who are very elaborate and very poetic when they talk about their desires and their affirmations, and there's people who don't. And there's people who curse up a storm. Heck, I affirm in Spanglish. There's English and there's Spanish mixed in there with a little bit of gibberish, but I know what I mean and I know what I'm telling myself. And there was a time when somebody told me, if you are not specific enough about your desire, you're going to get breadcrumbs or you're going to get hot and cold behavior. And my awareness went to that. So I continued getting hot and cold behavior and I continued getting breadcrumbed under the belief that it was because I wasn't being specific enough. So then what I did is I grabbed my desire, I turned into Sherlock Holmes, and I broke it down. I brainstormed the crap out of my desire because I wanted to make sure that I didn't leave any gaps, that there wasn't any room for error. And I became very paranoid and I became almost like manic about everything had to be just so that I would get my desire without realizing that my desire spoke through it for itself through me. The Bible says in Romans that when you can't find the words or when words are not enough, your groanings or your grunts alone are heard and understood by who? By you, by your higher self, by your infinite, by God. Who are you going to explain yourself to? Think about it. Nobody. You don't understand yourself? When you're fearing something, who are you fearing? Yourself. When you are trusting, who are you trusting in? Yourself. So it's really, guys, about grabbing the information and applying it to yourself in a tailored way made for you so that you can understand your rhythm of manifestation. There are no rules. The only rules are the rules that are self-inflicted, that you give to yourself. And just because one person says to do it a certain way, or because moon water worked for them, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you unless you believe it's going to work for you. So with that said, I hope this video helped you. If you guys are interested in coaching, the link is in the description down below. And thank you guys so much for watching. The word that I'm looking for here, guys. This is why I do essay.